Welcome. It's Kirsten Liebelt. It's so good to see you. It's Tuesday. How are you doing? Jump on in, you guys. Jump on in. Another episode of Insulin Resistance with Kirsten. How are you doing? Come on in. If you are on the replay, let me know that you are on the replay. If you are brand new to this content, put a 1 in the comments. I would love to know. That is always so helpful. Just to kind of, there's just like so many new followers, and sometimes I don't know where people are coming from. It's like, I try to figure it out. I try to track back and whatever, but come on in, jump on in. Listen, this is what I do. I've done this for over 2 years, and we are here every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central. I basically help women over 40 who are insulin resistant. And you probably don't even know that you are. Most of all, y'all, get unstuck. Because when you can get unstuck from your insulin resistance, when you can begin to turn things back, you take back your weight, you take back your body composition, you take back your not needing meds, hopefully. A lot of you work with your doctors, you get off of meds. You take back everything. You start to feel good again. Like, oh my gosh, I think we don't even know how icky we feel. Like we just feel the ish of whatever, inflammation, whatever. So I'm going to help you figure all of that out. That's what we do here. So happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Today we are going to very specifically talk about why your belly changed after 40 and it's not what you think. And then we always talk about targeted supplementation because I teach ingredient trade-outs for your food, and I'm Italian, so nobody knows better than me is how I feel. And then targeted supplementation because I didn't have a freaking clue as to what to do with my universe. So let's say good morning to people. Good morning, Miss Patty. How are you doing out there in California? Good morning, Terry, Tennessee. I just heard somebody saying that they're moving to Tennessee. People really love Tennessee. It's really cool. I mean, it's very exciting to say the very least, but it's like, I don't know. I've just been paying attention to all the people. I've had people move there since we basically started like the COVID era. People exited Minnesota and they moved to Tennessee. Maybe they were like, I'm not going to be holed up in this cold weather. That's not going to be me. I don't know. So anyway, yesterday, we did a deep dive into kind of we did more of a workshop yesterday. We're back to our regular scheduled program today. I wanted to do a deep dive because it's something that I normally do in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. We have our free challenge every month. And I wanted to do it here because I feel like it's pertinent for me to reach all of you as much as I can. I need you as we kind of like, we upgrade the total body reset here for a minute, right? So just to kind of let you know. So we did that. Go back and watch the replay if you care. Talked a lot about how to get your body to deliver you a different result in depth. And if you ever want to see my replays, I have a YouTube channel. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find that for you. If you go to my website, I think I'll just leave it right here for just a second. If you go to my website, KirstenLiebelt.com, very, very bottom, you'll see a red dot. You'll see the, I'll put it up here, KirstenLiebelt.com. There's a red dot where the YouTube channel is, and you can go over there. And the only reason why I mention that is because when you look at a YouTube channel, along the top, you can see like shorts, videos, live, and you can click on live, which is what we do. And then you can just see all of them all in one place. And it's a very convenient, compact way to look for replays. If that's something that you're looking for, hit the subscribe button. I'll be creating more and more content for that because it's a better holding place because Facebook erases. They delete lives after 30 days. So there we go. That's what I'm going to say about that. Any hoodle. Here we go. All right. So how's everybody doing today? Yesterday, we opened up with a testimony that was freaking amazing. And I'm just going to reiterate it. We're going to jump into talking about belly fat, and we'll see what everybody needs today. Good morning, Lucinda. Oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Cold Michigan. Good to see you. Good morning, Maryland. Sunny and bright here in New York. Yay. I love the sun. I love the sun. We are like 50 something here in Minnesota today. And I'm like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I think we are officially done with the not concerning, just with the colder weather. We'll bounce a little bit, but I think our new norm is going to be 40s and 50s here as we climb out. And so I'm here for it, and I'm very excited. So it's very, very good to see you. All right. So let me just show you quickly this testimony. I love it when couples do things together. And she sent me this testimony. This was on Sunday. I just got it. It's brand new. And I did put it in my stories, but I want to read it to you because age, we all have these limiting beliefs. And one of the biggest limiting beliefs that we have is that, oh, I can't lose weight because of my age. Oh, my body is, I'm tired because of my age. Oh, I'm on more and more meds because of my age. Because that's what we've been taught. That's what we've been indoctrinated to believe, that your age is the indicator of all of these things. And that's why we can't be a certain size, or we can't whatever. And I just want you to know that that's not true. You guys are wrong constantly. And this is just another couple. I love the fact that they're a couple, that they're doing it together. And then I had another one just start up, another couple. And in fact, she referred her husband, or they might be boyfriend, girlfriend. She referred her boyfriend, and he became a new customer. And just to let you know, I am sending her, because if you're a brand new Total Body Reset customer right now, I'll talk about that. I'm sending you a free full-size bottle of the glucose product. It's the one that's getting formulated, so you'll have a backup. But because she referred him to me, she's getting one too. So anyway, but they're important. So she said, I wanted to share our results. So she's 68 and he's 58. We started the program on the second week of January and are finishing our third month at the end of March. So far, I have lost 16 and a half pounds, and my husband has lost 14 and a half. And we have noticed so many differences in our daily life since being on the program. I'm waiting until the end of March to measure, because I have you measure under your boob, measure your waist, measure your hips, because you're losing the visceral fat. And we're going to talk about visceral fat today. We no longer feel bloated after meals. Our brain fog has lifted. We are no longer craving sweets. We no longer need to eat between meals. There is a difference in the way our clothes fit. The program has been a very positive experience for both of us. We have made several of the meals that you suggested and many out of Maria Emmerich's book. We've enjoyed all of them. We look forward to a continued journey on our quest for better health with these products and meal substitutions. Thanks for all of your support. You are amazing. And I just love, love, love that testimony, because it really does speak to that it doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter. This is a hormonal conversation. This is a cellular conversation, and your body was created to heal. Your body was designed to function, and it will fight for function. And if we come along and we help it in that process, your body says, thank you. Thank you. I can finally function. My website, like I was saying, is kirstenliebelt.com. And I'm just going to show you when you get on there. This is my face. This is the site right here. I'm going to show you where the YouTube channel is, just because I've got a minute to do that. So that's my website. You probably have to screenshot it and turn it around because it's probably backwards. But for you guys too, usually I have it on the screen for you guys. But there you go. Anyway, I just wanted to show you quickly. If you go all the way to the bottom, you're going to see that red dot right there. That's the YouTube. That's the YouTube. And if you want to see the cookbook she was just referencing, because somebody's going to ask, go right here. You'll see the shopping bag. Let's see where you should see the shopping bag. Right there. See the shopping bag? That's my Amazon storefront. If you go there, you're going to see Scroll up. Here is her ketogenic cleanse, Maria Emmerich's ketogenic cleanse. I like this book. It's a 30-day. It's 1663 today. Let's see if I can get a bigger picture. I feel like this is an excellent resource for you. Right here, that's what it looks like. Okay. So that's what she was referencing. She's enjoying making recipes out of there. I don't blame her. It's a very, very good, it's a very good cookbook. So let's dive into some content. Are you going to try the bread today, Joanna? Oh, my stars. Okay. I'm excited. It's just a part of my universe. Sue from Posen, Michigan. Good to see you, Carol. Good morning, Carol. How are you doing? It's good to see you, Jackie. Good to see you. I'm so glad that you are on. Jody's on. Oh my gosh, you guys, so many. Joan, good to see you. Patty, okay, hold on. Hold on. We're not going to go into content yet. Patty has a testimony. You guys are so amazing. Oh, yes. Okay. I am down. Okay, hold on. I put this on the screen. And Patty, I know you thought it was so slow, but girlfriend, oh, it's worth it. It's worth the weight of turning around your own ship. I'm down 2 sizes and 20 pounds. I didn't measure yet, but I need to shop for new tops. Yay. It took me 9 months to get here, but I'm okay with that. Consistency is key. I'm so proud of Patty. So proud of you. Do you know how many people will absolutely not go the distance? They will not have a long-term thought process. It's why we do daily group coaching, if that's what you want to call this. It's why we do it because, listen, I was doing this on my own, right? Just because like this didn't exist. Live video didn't exist. This has only been whatever. It just didn't. And so I was doing it just me and Jesus in my head, because I was assessing the foods that I was eating and why I was eating the things that I was eating and what triggered me and why do I stress eat and all of the things, blah, 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 blah. And it took me 3 to 4 years just to trade out my foods. Like I was a turtle, but I did not place any kind of a requirement on my body. Now I didn't maybe realize I wasn't doing that, but I was doing that. I was like, no, I'm going to focus on not having shame around this journey. And that's a whole nother conversation. Sometimes we go into that story a little bit more in the group, but I'm just telling you, like I had to pay attention to little things and really assess little things. So the fact that you did that in 9 months is amazing. Amazing. And so you guys, just to let you know, that is, she's on the total body reset. So we can just talk about that for 2 seconds. And the reason why I wanted to say that is because, you know, if she's done it 9 months, I'm just going to assume Patty, and I could be wrong, but I think I'm probably right. She has probably cashed in $75 3 times now, 3 times. So you have to give yourself permission for your own journey. I can't do it for you. However, if you will give yourself permission and you will go the distance, you will get paid for your wellness journey while you're doing this. And nobody else will do this for you. And not only that, but it's also effective at the same time because you're dealing with your liver, you're dealing with your gut, you're dealing with bringing down your insulin. Like I'm just telling you, like your best friend, you will not require your body to deliver you immediate results. Some of you do. Some of you get the results really fast. And I know that that's probably what trips you up, is that you hear somebody else's story and it was fast. You know, in 90 days, so in 90 days, in 3 months, they lost 20 pounds. And you're like, oh, it's taken me 9. Okay, well, the time was going to pass anyway. And now you lost the same 20 that they lost. And it's not just at that point, it's not just that you lost water weight or inflammation or impacted waist. You literally positioned your body for fat burning. And now this is how you guys actually get to have this key to your universe that helps you to keep it off. Because the story of me losing my 3 sizes in my 50s so far And keeping it off is the point. The sentence that you want to remember is, and kept it off. That's like Terry. She lost 50 pounds over a year ago and kept it off, because every one of you doesn't want to say, I lost weight and then I gained it back plus. No, nobody wants that story. Everybody wants the story of I lost weight and kept it off. And that had literally never happened to me before until my 50s, because I finally found the key. I wasn't chasing a program of I'm going to weigh in every week and I'm going to count points and I'm going to all of the band-aids all over our body. I wasn't doing that. I was literally doing what Patty just did. I got my body to function from the inside out, and it gave me a different result, because your body is smart. Your body is smart. So I bet there's a lot of people congratulating you, Patty. Happy Sunny Tuesday, sunny Tuesday, Lee. It's been a while. Glad to be here listening to you. It's so good to see your name pop up. It's so good to see you here. That is fantastic. I know, Terry, of course. Yay, congrats. Lee, congratulations, Patty. Anna, good to see you, Anna. Sue, you adopted 2 dogs, male and female beagles. Yay! That is so awesome. Good for you. I bet they're adorable. Joan says, congrats, Patty. Hooray. Way to go, Patty. Marla says. Joanna says, I'm a turtle also. I know. Welcome to the club. I know. But it took my body, you guys, you just have to understand. Like, I was gestational diabetic at 22, pre-diabetic at 52. I had a lot of years of mess. That's just me. Not everybody's the same. Jackie says, awesome. Sue says, Patty, that's okay. We will get there. Yes, we will. Megda, good morning, Megda. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're doing well, friend. Marla, you're a slow. Patty, if I happen to gain a pound or 2, it comes off easily when you get back on track. That's awesome. Deborah, good to see you. Amazing, Patty. Patty, thank you, everyone. I know it's like a party. We're having a party for Patty. This is so great. You love she loves beagles. She says, congrats. Beagles are adorable. I know that you asked something. If time permits, can you explain or text me how to use flat egg whites or make garlic bread? Oh, yeah. I will. Am I talking to you today? I know. Take a picture just because I don't want to forget to text you then. Yeah, because seriously, that is just, I just make stuff up as I go. I don't want to throw away ingredients. And so I will message you on that, because she had a little flat egg whites on her, on trying to make the egg white bread. So, all right, here we go. Oh, you guys, what a good day. I love these testimonies. Thank you, Patty, for sharing. Telling you guys, this is such a good journey. If you've been stalking me and you've been thinking that the total body reset is something you want to consider, this is the last week of March. Jump in now, and then every 3 months you get to cash in your $75, because when you purchase $150 or more, you can do that. You'll get to cash in right away in May. It's almost like you're stealing a month. That's how that makes me feel. Okay, here we go. Oh, and I didn't put any hashtags on that today. It doesn't matter. Okay, so if you've noticed that your belly has changed, and even though you are kind of eating the same, everything is very similar, you might actually even be eating less, like you've backed off because you're like, oh my gosh, like I feel like if I just eat less, that'll work. That's what'll work for me. But your waist feels thicker. It just feels that, you feel that thickness. Let me show you what's actually happening inside of your body in the simplest way possible. I always know that a confused mind will do nothing. So if we can make things really simple, we're going to get a lot further in this whole conversation, right? It's not willpower, you guys. It's about biology. So imagine that your belly is it's like wearing a hoodie. The fat underneath your skin, that's like stuffing in the hoodie pockets. I thought this was a great analogy. But visceral fat, that's like putting a backpack under your hoodie, pressing on your organs. That deep fat wraps around your liver, your pancreas, your intestines. And here's the key. The deep fat is active. And when we talk about this, I feel like this is the conversation that wakes people up the most, because we know we don't want a fatty liver diagnosis. We know there's something going on that is not as easy to fix as it was back when we were in high school or in our 20s. And that's because now we've laid down years and years and years, because of our insulin resistance, visceral fat. And that visceral fat is different to get rid of, FYI. You've noticed, right? You've noticed. Patty noticed. She's like, dang, 9 months to lose my 20 pounds. But that's because visceral fat is a different conversation. So that deep fat is very active. It is sending signals. It causes inflammation. It makes your body more resistant to insulin. So this is why we talk about this all the time. Now, insulin is like a storage manager. When you eat, insulin decides, do we burn this or do we store this? Because when you eat, you're giving your body fuel. And your insulin says, are we going to store this fuel or are we going to burn this fuel? If insulin is low, this is thus the food conversation. If you keep insulin low, you're going to burn fat. If insulin is high, you're going to store fat. That's literally the easiest example, or the easiest answer that I can give you. Keep your insulin low. That's why it's like, I understand that what you're doing in your head is you are negotiating cheating based on, well, it's all about balance, or if I have just, or whatever, instead of having the conversation of, dang it, it's going to raise my insulin and then I'm going to store it. Shoot. And you know what? You can still make that decision, but at least then you've made it based on real information. You stop then, what happens is you stop. Hi, Liz. Good to see you. Welcome in. You stop negotiating in your brain. Well, I'm going to have a little, I'm still eating some bread. I'm still eating potatoes. I'm still, I haven't quite given up yet my oatmeal. And everything is like, God didn't make bad food, but oatmeal equals high insulin. Bread equals high insulin. Potatoes equal high insulin. You just have to know the biological conversation. Because you stay high insulin, you're storing that fat. Store. This is how it goes. I didn't make the rules, right? But if you can keep your insulin low, okay, I traded out my grain bread for egg white bread. It took me half a minute to figure it out. Certainly doesn't taste like grain bread, but it does the trick. Perfect. You'll find your trade-outs that you love. When we do our next challenge, it starts on April 6th, by the way, in the group Insulin Resistance for Women. When we do our next challenge and we go through ingredient trade-outs, it's meant for you to take one ingredient at a time and trade it out, one recipe at a time and trade it out. Because to do it overnight, that's not realistic. You have to learn a little bit of a new language. It's not hard, but it is different. And try that I recommend and you go, ish, that's disgusting. But then you do something that is it's in your heart. You love that food. And I might be like, I would never take the time to make that recipe because it doesn't matter to me. You have to find what you love. That's why I talk about Maria's cookbook. Okay. So when insulin stays high too often, your body gets stuck in storage mode. And guess where it likes to store it after 40? In your center of your body, in your trunk, and all the way down your hips. It's called your visceral fat. It's why your belly grows and it grows and it grows. Okay. So your liver is like a factory. When too much sugar comes in, the factory turns it into fat. The fat gets packed around your organs. This is why your triglycerides go up, your fatty liver develops, your belly thickens, your energy drops. It's not random. It's a production line. So even as we get in talking about the total body reset, 50% of the total body reset is for your liver. Did you know that now that we're going to like pause on this for a minute because they're reformulating it. And we are going to put in this threesome that we talked about yesterday. I'm not going to go into it right now. Now we are actually increasing the liver help that you were already getting a certain level of liver help. Now you're going to get a whole nother level of liver help. Liver, liver, liver. The fat gets packed around your organs. This is why, because I'm going to go back. I got to read this again, you guys. I got to read this again. When too much sugar comes in, the factory, your liver, turns it into fat. I field these questions all the time. Triglycerides, they will go up. Fatty liver shows up. Your belly gets thick, your energy drops, and people will literally say, so then what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to get down your insulin. And you're supposed to support your liver like you have never supported your liver before. So what you eat, what you supplement with, you can be very specific and you can go bam, bam, bam and get a specific result. Okay. It's a production line. So after 40, this is why after 40. Is everybody after 40? You might not be, but then you're blessed to hear it early. Your estrogen drops. Your estrogen drops. So insulin sensitivity decreases. Stress hormones, they hit harder. Fat storage shifts to your belly. Shifts to your body literally changes where it stores your food. It's why we get to the point and we don't know how to dress ourselves anymore because our body composition changed. But it's also why we get very excited when we are doing the total, when we're doing the total body reset. And I tell you guys to measure yourself and you start to see your body composition start to come back because you're losing that visceral fat underneath. So now when you measure your waist, your under your boob, your waist, your hips, and you start shrinking from within, you're like, this is how I used to fit in clothes. And then you're motivated. You're like, well, I'm going to do a little bit more and see if I can't get my body composition to come back a little bit more, right? So these are the things that calorie cutting doesn't fix. This is why it's so frustrating. And it's like, I say it all the time. It's like not enough people understand these basic conversations. And so you just go round and round and round on this hamster wheel. And then you just, pretty soon you're like, you're going around and you hit your head on a brick wall and you go around and you hit your head on a brick wall. Or you do a program that wasn't designed for insulin resistance. You lose the weight and then you bounce back up higher. And you're like, oh my gosh, what was that? That has not been my experience or Terry's because we're getting our body to turn around. So 51 perimenopause lipedema. And that's a whole different conversation too, right? But that perimenopause, insulin resistance, if you have high insulin, it exacerbates everything in perimenopause. It makes perimenopause, you just feel maybe you're a crazy person. So Cheryl in the house. Hi, I'm back. It's been months. Your dad was in the hospital January and February, and he died late February. Alzheimer's is cruel. Boy, I resonate with that. You've gained 15 emotional pounds. Got to get back in track. Well, Cheryl, you're in the right place, girlfriend. I'm so glad you are back. I am so, so glad. I'm so glad. You know, I did a lot of stress eating when I was taking care of my mom. And I was doing it mostly within my really in my parameters. Eating like on nuts a lot because I'm sorry, dementia sucks so bad. So bad. And she was living with my sister for I was taking care of her, and then she was living with my sister, and then she was living with me. And you just are on alert all the time. It doesn't go away because they don't know how to keep themselves safe anymore. And even if they're in a facility, it's the same thing. You're waiting for the phone call. that they fell or that they whatever. And it's just because they can't assess their universe. And so my heart goes out to you, Patty. And you know what? And I'm sorry, I'm sorry for the journey, and I'm sorry that he died, but I also know the relief that can come. And don't ever feel bad about the relief, because Alzheimer's is stupid. That's, again, now, why do you think I get so passionate about this conversation? Because type 2 diabetes turns into type 3 diabetes, and type 3 diabetes is insulin resistance of the brain. And that was my mother. And I could tell you the whole progression, and I won't do that right now. Sherry says, yeah. Oh, you have really good people. I'm so sorry for your loss, Cheryl. My condolences. You're getting a lot of love in this group. Oh, I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad you're back. Okay, so Julie, hello. She says, you are correct. We as humans rationalize constantly, so we have to push that down. I'm telling you. I'm still very, professional at that. I'm always having to assess my thoughts. Oh my gosh, it's just the way it is. Yeah. Oh, everybody's loving on you. That's so great. So that whole conversation about getting your liver to function and everything else, I'll tell you, it really does change everything. So why cutting calories doesn't fix everything that I just talked about? High insulin, liver fat production, chronic stress signals. If the storage switch is still on, you cannot burn what is stored. So I have a lot of you that come to me and say things like, I'm not even eating very much anymore. I just can't figure this out. It's because calories will not fix what your liver needs to do. Calories will not fix what your insulin is doing against you. It will not. The two pass like two ships in the night. They are not connected at all. Doesn't mean calories do not matter. You can eat a good, clean, grain-free, sugar-free, legume-free diet and still overeat, because you can eat massive amounts of fat or whatever. And that can stall you out. So calories have their place, but that's not usually what you guys are talking about. You guys are usually talking about, I'm down to only eating, I have a little bowl of oatmeal and some avocado toast. And I'm like, oh, it's all spiking your sugars and calling on insulin. Okay. So it's like trying to empty a closet while someone keeps putting boxes back in. That's what happens when you're cutting calories. So simple signs of high visceral fat. Here we go. Your waist is growing, but your weight is stable. So your belly is protruding, but your weight is still not really showing it on the scale yet. You have high triglycerides. You have borderline glucose issues, that pre-diabetic range. You're right there. You have fatigue after you eat. You have brain fog. Your doctor mentions fatty. Your doctor mentions fatty liver. Even if you're not overweight, you do not have to be overweight to have a fatty liver. So, number one, eat enough protein. Protein stabilizes your blood sugar and lowers your insulin spikes. You have to eat enough protein. And when I talk about protein, that's why I'm so clear, not from grains, not from legumes, meat, eggs, full fat dairy, like full fat Greek yogurt. Sweeten it yourself, add some cinnamon, do whatever you want. Is stuffed bell pepper okay to eat? Sherry, it is totally good, but if your stuffed bell pepper has rice in it, that's the no part of it, okay? Strengthen patience and grace. Oh, what did I miss? You're caring for your 80s, for your mom, 87. For your 87-year-old dementia mom, it's hard. It messes with your mind. It's really hard, Liz. I did it for 5 years. It's hard. There's a lot of emotional eating. There's a lot of stress eating, and you have to. The one thing that I did, and I'm not making this up. The one thing that I did very, very well was I stayed this course, and I did not stop. I did not stop taking care of me. I still stress ate. I still overate. I still did all the things, but I still took care of me, because I'll tell you, if I had brain fog, how good was I going to be taking care of her? If I had high cortisol and I was anxious and my anxiety was high, how good am I taking care of all of the things? Like, we all have the stories, right? All of us that have taken care of our dementia parents, we have, our stories are all going to be the same. Somebody even said to me at one, she said, because we called my mom Shirley Girl. And she said, you should do a podcast called Shirley Girl. And even just the thought of doing it was a little like, I said, I can't do it. I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. Because that's just how hard it is to take care of people with dementia and Alzheimer's in your family. It's a lot. So don't be so hard on yourself and don't have shame that you are working to navigate your journey, but do whatever you can to take care of yourself. If you are on the total body reset, keep taking the total body reset. If you are not, maybe you consider getting on it, because then at least what you are doing is you are getting your liver to function, your gut to like reduce that inflammation. You're supporting the healing and sealing of your gut. Your cortisol needs help. Your liver needs help. Your insulin needs help. Your body needs help. You can get that brain fog to clear and get your impacted waste and your toxins to keep moving. Like, oh my gosh. So God bless you. But number one, eat enough protein. Number two, stop constantly snacking. And that's hard when you're stress eating. That's harder, right? It's hard, but you've got to let your insulin come down between meals. Number three, lift weights. Do something where you are. Remember, I bought my squat machine. I think that's on my Amazon storefront too. My little mini squat machine, because I'm determined to build my quads. I want to build the biggest muscle I have in my body, because when you build muscle, your muscle sucks up glucose. You need to keep your muscle going, right? So, helps absorb glucose without needing as much insulin. Improve your sleep. I did a sleep masterclass with a business associate of mine. The replay. Oh, you know what? I probably have to upload the video now. I'll upload the video into the group. Sleep so that I can teach you about how I fixed mine with ashwagandha and the magnesium that I have in my line. I did that because I have high cortisol. Some of you might need a different answer. You might need have a circadian rhythm that's off because maybe you're up all night taking care of a parent. I'm just making that up, but your circadian rhythm is off. And so maybe you do need the melatonin for a season, or it explains all of that. And then the last one is lower your sugar and refined carbs. You've got to get off of sugar, and you've got to stop thinking that any keto treat is an okay keto treat. It's not true. It's not true. They're just marketing to you, and you have to learn some discernment on it. But if you have less incoming sugar, you have less liver fat production. And I don't care if it's honey or maple syrup, or it doesn't matter. I mean, the biggest things that they try to pull the wool over our eyes was agave. Agave is really high. I mean, it's just like, it really spikes your sugars. So it's like, they just make crap up and they put it on the bottle or their box or their bag. And then they try to you. So you think you're doing better. And then you're just frustrated and you're like, I can't get a grip. And your body is not quite doing what it needs to do to get rid of that fat. Yeah. You're on fight or flight 24/7. You think that contributes to your high morning? Yeah, it really does. Really, really does. Hate that. What if you're snacking on dill? Do you mean like actual dill plant? Or do you mean dill pickle? I wonder, I bet that wouldn't spike anything if you're snacking on the plant. You're going on 6.5 years. Oh, Liz. Trying to stick to your anti-inflammatory diet, but sometimes the cravings are wild. Yep. 6.5 years. We were blessed with 5. And we knew it. Fight or flight all the time is awful, and it is. And I will say to anybody that is, I know this wasn't our topic today, but I will tell you, if you are not using adaptogenic herbs in your body, oh, I just have so much to say about this. Okay. Maybe I need to do a master class on this. In fact, I just know I do now. I just need to, because, Okay, number one. All right, let's just dive into this for just a second because I'm going to be able to explain a few things to you along the way. Dance moves doing dishes. I love that. Yo, Peggy, good to see you. Lynn, I was literally thinking about you. Aww. Everybody's saying so sorry for your loss. You guys are amazing. Julie, without a doubt, no snacking has been the toughest for me. However, it just goes to show that the grazing I was doing, I know it reels, doesn't it? Bad. There is going to be some bit of pain here sometimes. I know. I agree, Julie. OMG, sleep is awesome with ashwagandha and magnesium. Patty's like, you're like my best testimonial of all of the different supplements that we take. I know. And you know what? I had a conversation with somebody recently and she sent me pictures of what she's taking. And I'm like, I know that those aren't working for you. I know in my head that they aren't, because those are not, they're not proper doses. They're not, again, it's all marketing. And you think that you're getting by with purchasing something maybe more inexpensive, like at Walgreens, and then you're hitting your head against a brick wall. Okay, so I'm going to do this though because I want to talk to you a little bit about the foundation of what you guys are talking about if you're in fight or flight and all of this stuff. And some of you already know this. Okay, so when I talk about the total body reset, I basically am talking about dealing with your gut, your liver, your insulin. And this is literally like, I wish I could like open up my middle section here and just show you how that would work, right? Right up here underneath your right boob. That is trying so hard to help you clear your insulin and regulate your blood glucose and metabolize your fat that you want to get rid of. Like your liver has got to be a core conversation. And currently the total body reset is dealing with half of it is for your liver. Another big piece of it is the gut primer, which is literally setting the stage so that when you take something like an adaptogenic herb, because I'm going to tell you about that in just a second, for your fight or flight, your body will actually absorb. And kind of what we're doing right now is I dived into this yesterday, so I'm not going to do that right now. But this one is being reformulated. This has trace minerals. And so I'm going to just set that one aside for a second. It's still there on the website, but I'm just going to, because I want you to have a bigger conversation here. These three, there was an endocrinologist at the Mayo Clinic that said he would switch out this one for this threesome, because this is literally your multi-mineral, your multivitamin and nutrient. This threesome replaces a greens product that you might be taking, replaces your daily multivitamin. It replaces any mineral complexes that you're trying to take, your B complexes that you're trying to take. Like, it's replacing a lot all in one. So it's very comprehensive, but there are so many, it's 22 vitamins and 22 vitamins and minerals, and then 22 plant concentrates, all off of organic farms. But the whole point in that is that so many ingredients in there, again, are for your liver. So now we're just going to up that whole liver. We're going to elevate the whole liver conversation. So liver, 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 and liver. Now we've got way more even going on, okay? If somebody wants to add in, I did add this one. This is the one I've been testing. This is off of Amazon. If you want to add this in, you sure can. This is a berberine base. I do not have a berberine base in my line. This is on my Amazon storefront. I put it on there for you. It's called Insulin Health, and it's from Less Labs. And it took me time. It's the third one that I tested. I wanted to find one that was, there were a lot of things that I wanted. A lot of different, like it's non-GMO and all of these types of things. So just telling you. Anyway, the total body reset, what that's doing is when you take your vehicle to a mechanic and you need a better performance on your car, you need better gas mileage, you need better just function, your engine's not functioning right, etc. That's what this is doing, so that you stop requiring your body to deliver you a result that it's not meant to give you. or that it's not going to give you if your liver is sluggish, especially if you've had your gallbladder removed. If you have constant chronic high insulin, that means you have high inflammation in your body. Insulin resistance creates leaky gut. This is all together. So basically what that looks like then is, this is for your liver, your metabolism. Currently, because I'm going to set this aside, this one is still available. This is for your sugars and your insulin. These are the trace minerals. Then we talk about the gut primer. This is a powder. Then we have the probiotic powder and the orange pixie stick powder. And so insulin, sugars, liver metabolism, this is where I started. I've lost 3 sizes in my 50s, and I've kept them off, understanding exactly what I'm talking to you about right now. The gut primer is literally that. It's like priming your walls before you paint. So when you have leaky gut, which is basically just kind of like taking cheesecloth and stretching it out, it's making your gut permeable, and everything is like leaching out into your bloodstream, and you're not absorbing your nutrients, thus the minerals. And then now it'll be the trace minerals, because that's another part of that threesome, because you're not absorbing. So your body's like, it's not not connecting. That's kind of what that feels like. So this is kind of a very done for you product. And what I mean by that is they've already fermented the greens in there. Those fermented greens make your liver just thank you. And digestive enzymes, your prebiotic, your postbiotic, your alkaline spices, your concentrated fruits and vegetables are already in here. Your like the fiber is there for you. This is, I put this in a little bit of cold water every day. Drink it like a wellness shot like this. Just a green tea, turmeric, gingery. But the results have been phenomenal. So this is the voting conversation. This is the my liver is sluggish conversation. This is the add in the probiotic, which is a powder you put on your tongue. And these strains are alive. Put them on your tongue. This is the indigestion conversation. There we go. And then the last powder is the visceral fat one. This literally targets your visceral fat. And Magda, who's on here, she sent the fact that her MRI over the course of a year, because remember now, 9 months, it's taken 9 months, but she's lost 20 pounds. What was the rest of it? Hold on. I have to see it again. I'll screenshot it later. She's down 2 sizes and 20 pounds in 9 months. Okay. So 2 sizes and 20 pounds in 9 months. That means she did round after round after round, right? Because think in terms of doing 90-day rounds. That's what I'm talking about. And Magda, over a year, her MRI on her fatty liver went from bad to mild. Is there anybody else that wants their fatty liver to go from bad to mild? I mean, I can't guarantee it, right? But she positioned herself for that to happen. That's amazing. So many good testimonies. Oh, people getting off of anxiety meds. And omeprazole, your anxiety is gone, and because your gut is everything. So that's the total body reset. When it comes to adaptogenic herbs, now you've laid the foundation, you're doing whatever. I did 2, there are 2 herbs in my life that, okay, there's now 3. Okay, there's 2 and a mushroom. Okay. But when I started, I have, and I still take it to this day, I was taking it for my brain fog. But I will tell you, if you are in fight or flight, adaptogenic herbs are your friend. Be very consistent with them. And I tell you, what you're doing is, so the one that I love the most that I take every day, these are coming out of the sports nutrition line also, just like the orange pixie stick is. So this one is called, the name of it is Energy and Focus. If you are on my website, okay, Energy and Focus. And I take 2 of these every day. There was a season where I was taking 2 and then 2 when things were really stressful. And that was my own research out of a book called The Rhodiola Revolution. And that talks about how when you are trying to take adaptogenic herbs for your hormones, 300 to 400 milligrams is what they were recommending. And each one of these is 100 milligrams. So for years, I did 2 and then 2 in the morning and 2 after lunch. And it just helped me a lot because that whole fight or flight conversation. But again, please don't go and buy, please. Think about herbs. Think about how tender herbs are. Visualize going out to a pot on your deck and you pick an herb and it's tender. And if you rub it in your fingers, it's just very soft and it falls apart, right? It's tender. Please don't just go buy any herbs that are not from organic farming. Think about the glyphosate. Come on, they're so concentrated then. You're taking herbs, you're crushing them down, you're concentrating them into little pills like this. And if they are not organic, if they're not from organic, if they're not third-party tested, what are you doing to your liver? Okay, so I'm just making a plea for that. You know, you don't have to get everything from me. I wish you, but you don't have to. I get it, right? But at least have some standards, especially when you're taking herbs or when you're like this one, the plant, 22 plants in one little cap pill. Well, we kind of need that off of some organic farms, don't we, people? Okay, so rhodiola number 1, adaptogenic herb number 2. If you are in fight or flight, you're going to want ashwagandha, girlfriends. You're going to want ashwagandha. I run higher cortisol, so I take 2 of the cortisol or 2 of the ashwagandhas at night before. I take these before bed just because it's a part of a routine that I can remember. You can take them whenever you want. You really don't feel the effect right away. This is working on your internal system, helping your cortisol. Adaptogenic herbs help your body adapt to stress. That's the point of an adaptogenic herb. They help your adrenals. They support your adrenals, and your adrenals regulate your hormones, and your adrenals sit on top of your kidneys, and you want your adrenals to be very well taken care of, right? So if you are in fight or flight because you're taking care of a parent with dementia, OMG, like don't hold back on doing things that can help your body at least continue a level of regulation so your stress doesn't get out of control, okay? So these are and I pair these every night with the magnesium. And my magnesium is a triple blend and it's marine sourced. It's kind of hard to match what I've got, just letting you know. And it has a glycinate in it. And so I take these 4 then before bed and I go, and I go to sleep and I really have good sleep. And I could show you my sleep because I have this dupe of a ring. I could show you my sleep and how good my sleep is. And I dialed that in with the magnesium and the ashwagandha probably about 2 years ago. And I won. So you can make a difference with how you sleep, with how you deal with your stress, and anything that you're looking for that I'm talking about, like the total body reset. You can put TBR in the comments, TBR, and I'll get you information on the total body reset that I just went through. That's Patty saying over 9 months. She's lost 20 pounds in 2 sizes. And you know what? Patty's journey has been more of like, dang it, I'm going slower than I want to go. But I will tell you, yourself 5 years from now will be like, thank you for staying the course. Just you. Because now maybe there are meds that you avoided. Maybe there are meds that you got off of. I have so many of you that have gotten off of meds. Maybe you are just actually able to travel because you didn't feel good traveling, or you've got energy to be with your grandbabies. You know darn well. You know, that's why I do everything I do, because I want to feel good for my grandbabies. So I'm going to take that as an opportunity to just show you an awe picture from yesterday. I go over to my daughter's house and this is my why. Her name is Gianna Lynn. My husband took that I was holding her. That's exactly how she looked on her ultrasound inside of her mama, her hand to her face. So what's your why? everybody's going to be different. She's my why. My little boys are my why, right? Like I want to have energy. Papa wants to have energy. Here's Papa with the boys yesterday. So we're in this together. That's why I love it when couples do this together. I love it. Because we're in this together. I'm 61. He's 62. He'll be 63 this August. And it's like, I felt like trash my entire life. Literally my entire life, I felt like trash. I was exhausted. I was sleeping on the living room floor, homeschooling my kids, laying in the sun. I'm not making that up. I was a 2X in size by the time I turned 50. My mother was like, Kirsten, what are you doing? You don't even check your sugars. What's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm too scared. I'm too scared to go check my sugars. I eventually did get diagnosed diabetic, and I had to participate in my own self-rescue. I had to participate. Could do it for me. It was me and Jesus. I started to trade out one ingredient at a time, one recipe at a time. I looked at Maria Emmerich's stuff. I was like, how is it possible that your liver is everything? How is nobody talking about this? I don't understand. I started to create content around it. I was supplementing. I started to talk locally to people about it. I had somebody be like, order me more of those diabetes pills. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can't say that, but you just did. This was my journey. And then when I started talking about it online, the response was massive. And it's like, there are other people who probably feel called, that's a strong word, but who feel pulled to a similar wellness business conversation that I have. Because there's so many people need help. Like I need help helping all the people, right? I'm just like saying it's the reality. And it's like, we have a lot of insulin resistance. We have a lot of fatty liver. Like 3 out of 4 people have fatty liver. This isn't going to end well if we turn things around. It won't end well. And my dad's health was terrible, terrible, terrible. They do refresh our souls, Joanna. They do. I know, sweet. I know. That's what your grandbabies are also, yep. You're so excited to start. You need to order. Well, if you're ordering, Joanna, try to order this week. Because what I am doing for new Total Body Reset customers, I mean, I can help you today, but I'm just telling you, I don't think my extra inventory is going to last the week. What I'm doing, because they are reformulating this little beauty right here, and it's going to take longer than I want to, dang it. But because they're reformulating, what I'm doing is for brand new Total Body Reset customers, I'm going to ship you. You'll get one. And then, because where do you live, Joanna? Tell me where you live. I'm going to ship you a free glucose product because I want you to stay the course here for a minute. And if you refer to me somebody who gets started, I will ship you one and them one. And that's why my inventory is dwindling, because my husband's going to go to the post office again today to mail them out. So yeah, I know my why. I'm super clear. And I love being super clear. Like, it's just the way it is. You will order today. You had troubles. You have things delivered to your daughters. Okay. Do you need me to reach out to you, Joanna? I can help you. Yep. So again, if you need anything that I talked about, let me know. TBR for the Total Body Reset. But if you need to know, like if you're like, I want to know about the ashwagandha or the rhodiola, just put them in the comments and I'll come and talk to you. And I will help you, because I have not veered for 15 years and I've gotten the results that go on, and I could just bore you to tears with all of the personal results that I have. of how I went through pause so much better because of adaptogenic herbs, and how I have navigated brain fog and a dementia parent and high cortisol, stress, and high insulin and pre-diabetes and all of it. And it's all connected because they're all hormones. They're all hormones. And so if we can like have that conversation, it's like you can find some stability there for a season to help support you while you're going through stuff. Okay, Joanna, I'll reach out to you when I get off of here for you. But anyway, so every day at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, we are right here. Put an alarm on your phone. We've been doing this 2 years. We will come and we do basically helping women over 40 get unstuck because of insulin resistance. It's what we do. We do have a group. It's called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And when you pull that up, in fact, I can put a ticker on here. When you go there, basically just put your email in, tell them Kirsten sent you. That is where we do the free 5-day challenge every month. And we've done that for almost 3 years. The next one will start April 6th through 11th. That's what we're doing for that. If anybody is here and you're like, listen, lady, I don't even want to talk to you. This actually happens more than you would think. Just because it's not because you don't want to talk to me. It's because you're like, no, I don't need to talk to you. I already know what I want. Then you can just go to my website, which is kirstenliebelt.com, my first last name.com. Kirsten is spelled like the American Girl doll. And then Liebelt is L-I, like lie down, and then belt, like you put it around your waist, Liebelt. And when you go to there, basically you'll see my face just like that. And when you scroll up a teeny tiny, you're going to see the total body reset. Yep, right there. There was a second button. I need to go back so you can see. The second button right there, there's my face. Second button right there. That's the total body reset. My before and after pictures. There's a Canadian version. There's an American version because of different products being available in different regions. Everything will be in one cart. And at the very top of the page, there's a person icon, little head and shoulders. Click on that and register for your free customer account with your name. That unlocks your shipping. That's free. That unlocks the customer campaign, where when you purchase $150 or more 3 months in a row, you get $75 off. You don't want to miss out on that, okay? But there's a little video of me, 9-minute video of me talking about it so that you can hear the explanation, pause it, take notes if you need to, whatever. Some people just need more information. Tons of free information right here, tons of free resources, recipes, the egg white bread, my Amazon. I do need to change that. I'm going to change that today. All that kind of stuff. And then down here, a little bit of my story, because I just know that people connect with other people that are very similar to them. And it's amazing. I've literally had people say to me, oh my gosh, my dad died at 63 from type 2 also. That's how much human connection we have in these conversations. So there you go. I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. And I get to see you again on Wednesday. And I hope you have an amazing day. And Joanna, I'm going to reach out to you. And in the meantime, be super blessed. It's good to see everybody. Oh my gosh, all of the OGs on here. Cheryl and Lynn. And oh, it's just the best. Just the best. It was a really good party today, girls. It was a good one. Later.